Welcome back to my playthrough of the LOTY 2025 contest levels. And we move on to my levels. So kaywhyn, yeah, this is the name here, and that's the voice that you're listening to. So I'm the host of this this playthrough. And yeah, so here I will show up what I intended for my levels. And yeah, there's also some levels where I've saved multiple replays for, and I will pretty much show those replays as well. So pretty much all replays that I have saved. Yeah, including multiple ones if there are any. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so kaywhyn1, help me help Dune. So you know the level title here is just a play on help me help you. So the Dune is just a replacement for the word you. Yeah, that common saying. And the reason for Dune in the level title is, yeah, this graphic set that you see here is the Dune tile set by Ikotola, so Icho, yeah, as I like to call him. And yeah, only one solution here, since I only have one replay. So yes, there's only two lemmings here, and yeah, the music here that's playing, this comes from the Even More Incredible Machine. Yeah, I thought this was pretty fitting because there's like an Egyptian sound to the music track here, and yeah, this Dune tile set here kind of reminds me of like Egyptian music, so I thought it pretty fitting for this level here. And but in any case, like I was saying, there's only two lemmings here, and this comes from the contest rule where I asked players to make a level with two lemmings or rather, yeah, two entrances, two lemmings, and two exits, and also the lemming has to take their own exit here. So one lemming per exit. And if you're clever enough, yeah, you can do this without using the exit limits. So yeah, this was what I came up with, and I knew I just wanted to make a level revolving around like a minor extension. So yeah, this resulted, and yeah, this level is probably like a little more like longer than it needs to be, longer and bigger than it needs to be. But well, yeah, I did have like problems with trying to ensure that the miner keeps on going and make sure that he ends up in the right spot. So anyway, yeah, you obviously need to build with both lemmings here so that they don't like eventually fall into the quicksand. Alrighty, so they both turn around, and this lemming here will go ahead and shimmy along the ceiling here, and this lemming will soon follow suit after he turns around. Yeah, and then he will take his own path to up here. Okay, he stops right here, and then similarly, this shimmy will also stop here. Okay, so we reach this button here, and then same thing with this one. Yeah, I do believe one of these buttons was for background fixing. Yeah, I don't remember which one now, but yeah, I know for sure I added one button to background fix the level. Yeah, because somebody was able to background the level before I added that button in. So anyway, yeah, now we're going to go ahead and mine. And yes, this is for one long miner here with the way the both builder staircases are placed. Okay, continue on through, and as you can see, keeps on going. Okay, and ends up right here, making a nice ramp for the other lemming to walk up later on. Yeah, this lemming. Alrighty, and then I go ahead and bash with the lemming that was walking around in this area. And then activating this button now unlocks both exits. And yeah, due to what your skills you have left, yeah, it's not possible to get both lemmings to the same exit. Yeah, because for example, there's no way to get past this because this block is way too high to get a jumper to get over it. So instead, yeah, this is the shimmier exit. Yeah, and as you can see, the other lemming is able to walk up this nice long miner tunnel that was made. And this, on the other hand, this steel block is low enough, yeah, for a jumper to be able to get past. So therefore, this is the jumper exit. Yeah, the shimmer, yeah, the ceiling is too high for the shimmer to grab on and then be able to exit using this one. And that's it. So yeah, I think the hardest part here is just trying to figure out how to get the lemmings to their own exits. and just making sure that you plan the solution carefully. I think the builder miner is no problem here. Just what the other parts, yeah, besides that one is probably like the hardest here. But in any case, yeah, I got like some really nice compliments on the puzzle and the like the design here. Yeah, even if maybe there might be some like slight improvements that I could make for, like maybe for example, making it like not as tall and long. I think, but I think it still works out just fine. And now we go on to KYN2. It's Crazy Sports Day, and this level is included in my upcoming level pack. Yeah, Lemmings Memories. And I currently have this as a final rank level, just because, yeah, even though it doesn't look like very difficult or anything, yeah, it does have one really nasty thing up its sleeve here. That, if you're not aware of it, yeah, it can be a pretty hard level. So anyway, yeah, we have 5 entrances here, and one lemming will come out of each entrance. And there's also 3 choices of exits. This one, yeah, you would need to, yeah, this is spot height, so therefore, your only choice here is to make this lemming a floater. And then, also, he becomes a climber, so that he can go up here as well. And the rule here, the contest rule here is make a 1 of everything low, in which you need to use, in the cost 8 skills, and you need to use all skills in the solution. So, you're thinking, how is this possible if you need to use the bomber? Well, you will see. You will see. Alright, and then we're gonna go ahead and build here so that when he finishes, he's gonna walk along here and fall down here. Okay, and then for the lemmings on the far left here, yeah, you need to instantly park the lemming coming from the left by being a blocker. And then go ahead and dig here, yeah, when he's on top of the blocker, and also you need to do it immediately as well, because, yeah, the exit trigger is only a pixel wide. So moving even 1 pixel away from where they fall, yeah, they're not going to be able to exit, and instead they will walk into the ball traps. And yeah, this is also in such a way so that this is a survivable drop for them. Yeah, and this is how you get them home. Yeah, without needing to use a floater. Yeah, because you can't even afford to use one since this is automatically a floater. And the music track here, it's a Lemmings 2 Sports remix, yeah, by Straddle for his Lemmings Hall of Fame level pack, which I had the honor of private pre-testing for him. And yeah, this is a level in the L2 Sports Tower set, and I thought this would be a pretty fitting music track for the low. Yeah, and I don't think there's like any like other fitting track that I'm thinking of using. So I'm pretty sure this will be one of the tracks that I will use for the sports levels for my Lemmings Memories pack. So with these 2 rescued, and then this being an athlete, yeah, we now have 3 skills left. Well, this should be pretty obvious. Yeah, here I mine. Okay, and then here, yeah, let me go ahead and back this up a little. Okay, so here, once again, same thing. If you allow him to fall, yeah, he's gonna fall past the exit, and therefore he'll just walk into the ball trap. So what you need to do is you need to assign this lemming a bomber, okay? And with the nearby lemming from the left side, you need to go ahead and make him bash, and the result happens. Yeah, he removes the terrain underneath the bomber's feet here. Yep, and then he falls down, and while he's going in the Ono animation, yeah, he hits the exit trigger before he is able to explode. Therefore, he is safe. And that, people, is how you solve this level while also requiring need to use the bomber skill. Yeah, even though it seems like that you cannot use it at all. So anyway, yeah, let me go ahead and back it up, and then just show it in full speed here. Yeah, bomber, and then bash away the ground underneath him, so that he just falls right on top of the exit and is able to jump into the exit. Yep, and that's it. This athlete, on the other hand, would just automatically find his way to an exit. Okay, that's one solution. There is another solution here. And yeah, this is essentially the exact same solution. Yeah, this lemming right here is a climber and a floater. And then same thing here. Build here. Stop this lemming with a blocker. And then just dig away the ground underneath so that they both fall down to the exit. The only difference here is what you used in this area. So before I used the miner here. Here for this level, the miner and the basher are interchangeable. So instead of mining, you can just bash instead. Yeah, just make sure that you do it in such a way that that he just stops after a stroke. Yeah, delaying him more than that will cause the solution to not work at all. So once again, same thing. Have him walk to the very edge and stop him by assigning him a bomber. And then, yeah, when he is close enough, yeah, have him the lemming from the left mine to remove the ground underneath him so that he falls right on top of the exit before he's able to go off and explode. So once again, yeah, let's just see in full speed here. Boom. So yes, this idea came about because I thought, what about a variation on saving an oh nowhere? Yeah, by removing the ground underneath him. Yeah, with the aid from another lemming. And the result was this though. Yeah, it's Crazy Sports Day. And I got a lot of praise on this though. It's like, oh wow, that's a pretty devious and sneaky solution. Yeah, of taking advantage of the fact that oh nowheres can exit. Yeah, if you're able to have them drop on top of the exit before they can explode. Yeah, because I've seen plenty of custom levels where, yeah, basically, you need to assign like a lemming a bomber, but while they don't have like anything to dig. Yeah, so when you assign them the bomber, they just automatically fall down. And but because they're right on top of an exit, yeah, where they're falling, yeah, they exit while exploding. So yeah, I thought, why not make a variation on that concept of being able to save an oh nowhere? Yeah, but this time with an aid from another lemming. So yeah, like I said, the result was this low that I came up with. So that saving oh nowhere trick, yeah, it is a pretty sneaky one. So that's the reason why I have it placed as a 5th and final rank low in Lemming's memories. Yeah, even though the solution seems pretty obvious for the most part, since a lot of the skills can be automatically placed. But again, if you're not aware of that sneaky oh nowhere thing, this can be a pretty hard level. So that's the reason why I have it as a 5th and final rank level. Yeah, currently. So if you're aware of it, yeah, then it probably won't give you too much problems. But other than that, yeah, it is a pretty difficult level in general. Alrighty, KYN3, KYN's Organic National Park. And this right here is from the contest rule where you need to make a level in a Lemmings Plus 7 graphics set. Now, Lemmings Plus 7 was a planned level pack by Namida, yeah, as part of his Lemmings Plus series. But due to not working on this level pack for a very long time, he ultimately ended up canceling it and only made 23 levels, which he released last year. Both all the levels and the graphic sets that he made for the pack. Let's see, I want the third one here. This one is like a little easier, but it can still be pretty challenging apparently. And yeah, this was one of the this is also one of the music tracks used for this graphic set right here. Yeah, and this right here is called Namida Organic. So yeah, and pretty similar to what he does for some of the other Lemmings Plus packs. Yeah, there's like 3 choices of music tracks for each graphic set. Yeah, this was the one I used for the organic set. So, one lemming goes on by, the second one will bash, and then this one will build here. Okay, so bashing gives the others enough time, or rather gives the builder enough time to finish the gap in time. The one that turned around here will platform up this gap here. Yep, and as you can see, he finishes on time. You can also platform down here as well. Yeah, that should work too. But anyway, yeah, now we go ahead and send a shimmier to get over the top here. And then another one as well. Okay, going to go ahead and fence with the first lemming here. And then going to go ahead and bash through the fence or tunnel. Yeah, and this is to make a shimmier path for the lemming. Yeah, so that he's able to shimmy rather than get interrupted. Okay, so he stops right here. This fencer on the other hand keeps going over the top, and then we need to shimmy again. Yeah, to get over all these things. Okay, and then platform over the gap here. Yeah, so that the lemon coming from the top is able to come back to the left. And yeah, pretty much the thing to note here is that the blue veins here, yeah, that's steel. But the complaint here, yeah, that Simon did in his live stream, yeah, from several days ago, is that there's absolutely no way for players to know ahead of time that the blue veins are steel, unless you activate clear physics mode, yeah, or you play around with the level, yeah, enough so to know what's steel and what isn't. So that's just a problem with the graphic set itself. Yeah, not necessarily the level that I made here. So yeah, as you can see, that's why you need the platformer from the other side. Yeah, so as to have the lemon coming over from the top. And yeah, the messy design here, this is just simply the result of creating background in the low so much that, yeah, eventually it got pretty messy with the visuals. And yeah, this was what happened. So the solution is way more precise than it needs to be, but well, sometimes that's the way it goes. And I think the level still works out pretty well though, because it still turns out to be a pretty difficult load. Even though, yeah, it should be pretty obvious that you need to mine from the other side. Because, yeah, you certainly cannot bash or fence, yeah, from the left side here. You need to go over the top to mine. So, yeah, as you can see here, yeah, now you just need to place this miner in such a way so that this happens. Yeah, and I'll frame step this. Boom, yeah, removes that one pixel there to allow the others through, like that. So yeah, it is pretty precise, but it does work out, and this didn't take me a while to come up with something that, yeah, that the solution involves something like that. Yeah, you have to cut out that one crucial pixel to allow the others through. And if you don't do that, yeah, then yeah, they're stuck here. And yeah, because the miner hits the steel, he stops and turns back towards the exit. So yeah, that's how you get your save wall here. And yeah, that's it. So quite honestly, it in a way surprises me that this low is hard. That some people found this low difficult, but well, it's just that common trap of like designers not underestimating the difficulty of their own stuff, just because they know what's intended, but other players who play the lows don't. So yeah, it's very easy to fall into that trap, and I know from experience from designing Lemmings levels for the last 4 or 5 years now. So yeah, I definitely known and seen enough to know how that's the case and everything. Alright, so we have kaywhyn for oh no, another hardcore molten problem. But because this is a repeat level, yeah, and it's intended to be played second, I will go ahead and skip to the next level, and I will come back to that level after this one. So first, I will show off kaywhyn 5. Oh yes, a hardcore molten problem. Yeah, the oh yes one is of the pair is intended to be played first. Yeah, and the feedback I received here is that with this pair of levels, yeah, the oh yes one is much harder than the oh no one. And there are several reasons that people point to here. In particular, you don't have any climbers, and because the intended way involves you going down and around, yeah, the biggest problem here is figuring out how to get down safely. Yeah, without the use of floaters or gliders. So I have about half the crowd turn around first. Yeah, before bashing. Because yeah, I do it in such a way so that only the basher goes on through for the time being. And then he slides down and then will shimmy. Oh yes, and also I've made an update to the this pair of levels. Because this was backrouted by 2 different people. So Simon backrouted it by going through the top here. yeah, hacking his way through the top. And so, yeah, fortunately, that's an easy fix of adding a flamethrower to prevent that. This, on the other hand, by bypassing this trap in a different manner than what I intended, yeah, was much harder and nearly impossible to fix. Well, maybe not nearly, but like impossible to fix without some super hackish stuff in around this area. But then I started looking in a different area to backlog fix. Yeah, originally there was like a hole here that allowed a lemming to get on through, and it was high enough so that you were able to bash on through. So as a result, I've removed that hole now, and that should be fine. It should hopefully fix the issue in this area too. So really, it boggles the mind how it works sometimes. That like, yeah, you're so bent on focusing on the problematic area, yeah, that is very evident. But then you start looking somewhere else, yeah, where that might prevent a problem in another area too. So yeah, so I had a lot of trouble trying to figure out how to fix this background here until I started looking at this area instead. So yeah, block here while also sending 2 more lemmings on. So they will all become sliders. Or both become sliders, sorry. Yeah, one of them will shimmy. The other one will just drop down. And yeah, I should... And yeah, as you can see, this is a safe drop for sliders. But up here on the other hand is not. So you need to make a platform for the others. Yeah, and of course you need to use a builder for that purpose. Alrighty, and then to prevent the lemming from getting killed here, yeah, we need to go ahead and stack. Yeah, as a matter of fact, let me make sure here. So yeah, there's still, it doesn't close off the gap entirely. And I do believe if you do try to build closer to the wall, to the steel, yeah, the builder staircase will be too low, so that yeah, it would not prevent the others from not splatting. So yeah, so that's why you need to stack. Yeah, it would be nice if you're able to just use a builder staircase to prevent the others from falling through and then walking back into the trap. But no, yeah, it's like I said, I'm pretty sure I prevented the situation where you could just use a builder close enough to the steel to stop them from going to the trap and also stop the spotting. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I prevented that though. So anyway, bash on through here. And because he is a slider, yeah, we need to go ahead and dig so that he does not go out to the left, because there is a trap here waiting for him. Yeah, and there's also no way out either if he falls in there anyway, because, you know, he's not a climber and you cannot afford to use any skills to avoid the trap. So the first one here will mine. Yeah, and you need to do it in such a way so that the other one who comes will be able to turn around. Yeah, in a monotone like that. So now we're going to go ahead and mine. And then this one will build across the water pit, of course. Okay, he turns around. But because you don't have any skills to help him avoid the trap here, you instead would just need to park him with a blocker. Okay, this miner who goes on to the right, he needs to platform across the gap now. Yeah, doesn't matter if he turns around. And yeah, staircase, it helps the miner keep going. Yeah, and this was done in such a way so that, yeah, the blocker was placed at a spot so that when the miner frees him, the miner is deep enough so that it makes a turnaround point for the blocker. Okay, and then finally, just release the blocker with a walker, and that's it. This miner will keep on going, but he will stop due to the steel. So yeah, as you can see, like I said, this is to make a platform for the crowd. So it comes pretty close to being spot height. And again, I'm pretty sure you place the builder in such a way so that it connects with the steel wall. With the steel, yeah, it's going to be spot height for the others. So yeah, this is a solution to the oh yes level of the pair. And yeah, before I forget, this music that's playing, it's a Rainbow Island remix that I remembered Icho using for one of his contest levels from like a few or several years ago, and I thought it's so nice. So yeah, I decided to use it for this one. So as you can see, for this Oh Yes level, I've used and remixed an official Lemmings track. So yeah, once again, this is the Oh Yes level of the pair. And so with that, I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the Oh No level now. Yeah, since this is intended to be the repeat and to be played after the Oh Yes. So now we have kaywhyn 4. Oh no! Another hardcore Molten Palm. Yeah, and as the people who have played and solved this level have told me, this level is much easier than the Oh Yes one. Okay, so pretty much the exact same thing in terms of lemming count and the release rate. Yeah, what does differ here is the skill set. Okay, so here I give you 3 climbers, but this is definitely possible to do with just 2 climbers. Yeah, I just decided to leave the 3rd climber in just because, yeah, I don't see like a way to like background this low. Yeah, with that extra climber, so yeah. It's entirely up to you how you want to do this, but this is my solution. Yeah, using that 3rd climber as well. So yeah, we take care, of course, and then the others will, the other climbers would need to make sure that they fall out to the left here, because there's some work that they need to be doing in order to help the crowd out. And yeah, the fall from the top here is safe for the others, so no problem at all. Yeah, the one that goes on towards the exit will platform. Yeah, and 1 platformer is enough to reach the exit. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and build here. And then the other one that goes on here will platform. Yeah. So, yeah, you need to build in such a way so that he is able to bash on through here. Yeah, so that he does not take away the floor too and then stop. Yeah, and he still continues despite the one-way arrows pointing the wrong way here. Yeah, because he is low enough. And yeah, this avoids the trap here. And yeah, this guy has just made it across. And this guy has just closed out the gap. And yeah, the music track here is an Oh No 5 remix. Yeah, by SM1221, I believe is the user's YouTube name. So yeah, I found this one to be so nice and soothing that I thought, hey, I must use this music track. Yeah, for this repeat contest brew. So yeah, this is yet again another remix of a Lemmings music track, but in this case, Oh No instead of Lemmings. Yeah, and then finally, because of the way we're bashing for the right side, yeah, we can go ahead and bash to release the crowd. And observe here. Yeah, we need to remove that, and the only way to do so is to bash from the other side so that the others will be able to be released. Yeah, not doing so, yeah, they will be trapped up here. Yeah, because bashers do not remove terrain that's underneath them, or like below them, I should say. Yep, and that's it. Yeah, and again, yeah, you could just use 2 climbers here. Yeah, but if you use 2 climbers, then they both will need to go out to the left first. And then this platformer should finish early enough so that he gets a far enough lead to be able to platform across the gap before the others arrive, or rather before the other climber arrives. And yeah, this avoids the trap. Yeah, so it's really I know it's for background prevention. I forget what background it is supposed to prevent now, but yeah, there's a reason for it though. I just can't remember what it is at the moment. I think it was just for I don't know. I think it's to like stop like a basher from like not going, like stopping where they're supposed to be or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't remember now. But anyway, that's the what I intended for Oh No here. So yeah, this is kind of a subversion here because you would think that the Oh No in the level title is the harder to pair because um, between Lemmings 1 and Oh No More Lemmings, yeah, Oh No More Lemmings is an expansion pack to the original Lemmings game and is much, much harder, many times harder than Lemmings 1. But here I subverted it by having the Oh Yes one be the harder of the two. And yeah, I already did this one, so we can go ahead and skip to the next one. Alright, and then we have kaywhyn6, quick lab rush, and there's a time limit of 1 minute here. Yeah, this was the contest rule where we needed to make a level with, I believe, 10 skills in total. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 10 skills total, and a maximum of 10 lemmings, maybe. Oh, I don't remember what the criteria were anymore, but and then I think about half the skills, or maybe less than half, or yeah, like less than half the skills need to be permanent ones, I think. Alright, so I had two solutions here. I will show off both of them. Yeah, and this really, really surprises me that people find this pretty difficult. Yeah, for some very strange reason. Yeah, I don't think it's that hard at all, but again, it's that common trap of the designer. Like knowing what's intended while others who play your levels don't. So yeah, we have a 9-hour release rate, and the music track here is from a game called Chex Quest, which is pretty much like a Doom mod. Yeah, but is a kid-friendly version of it. So without the blood and gore and the violence. Yeah, or at least not violence as is portrayed in the Doom games or in the Doom game. Yeah, I not played Doom myself, but yeah, it is my understanding that Chex Quest is kind of like a mod for Doom. Yeah, but a kid-friendly version of it, as I mentioned. Alright, and so first thing we need to do is laser. Yeah, these one-way arrows are for backbar prevention. Yeah, otherwise you can just work your way down out here, I think. But at the same time, there is a trap right behind them, so maybe yeah, it will work because yeah, I think you'll be able to like shortcut your way through. Yeah, this wall will be high enough so that they cannot walk back into the trap. And yeah, the other thing I should add is that this music trap plays on the laboratory level of the Chex Quest 1. So yeah, so it's the third level from that game. But anyway, so laser, and then I make the two lemons at the tail end shimmy here. Yeah, because laser tunnels are shimmer friendly. Yeah, so these shimmers will go up to the top here, and then these two in front will become sliders. And also, yeah, this lemming who did the lasering, yeah, he becomes the glider. So yeah, they follow Pixel inside, so therefore they are able to land on here. Yeah, even though it's lined up perfectly, vertically here. Yeah, the edge. So this glider, yeah, he will hit the wall, or yeah, hit the steel, and land here. Yeah, and then a fence window lemming in front. The other one will turn around, who will platform up the gap here, or at least platform enough to catch these guys. Yeah, coming from the top. Yeah, and this fencer finishes just in time before the other one arrives, before the glider arrives, that is. And then finally, you just need to make these guys sliders. So, I pretty much designed this level in a way such that if you assign the sliders at the wrong time, yeah, you're not going to get the level solved. Because you could go out the left side here, but because this long way is pretty long, yeah, you will run out of time before you're able to save all the lemmings. So, that's why you need to platform up the gap here. So, you do this, yeah, you finish with about 5-6 seconds to spare. And I believe that my next solution also does the same thing. Yeah, so laser with the one in front first. Yeah, same as last time. And again, I make the 2 lemmings at the tail and do the shimming. Okay, sliders here, and then this one is a glider. Yeah, this time I have the lemming in front turn around, while the one behind him will do the fencing. So that's really the only difference here, it appears. Yeah, and again, the fencer finishes on time. Yeah, before the next one arrives and turns around again. Though, I think if he turns around, it doesn't matter because I think the platformer will finish the gap on time. Yeah, this really seems like he will finish on time. Yeah, even if he does turn around. So, that should be fine. Though, I guess if I really wanted to, I could prevent that by maybe moving this closer. Yeah, to the right or something. But, yeah, it's fine. Yeah. The main, like, the core concepts are still there. Yeah, you still need to platform in order to catch these guys coming from the top. And you need to assign the sliders, yeah, right after they fall off this platform here, the steel platform. So yeah, this time the platformer finishes. But again, it doesn't matter as long as he platforms enough to catch the others from above. But yeah, now you can see the reason for the time limit is to simply prevent you from taking this long walkway. And I do believe at least one player fell for that trap anyway. So yeah, I'm actually pretty surprised because I would have thought that this looks like deceptive enough so that players wouldn't fall for it. But hey, you never know. And I do appreciate the honesty from that player. Yeah, when they were trying to solve this low, and them falling for that trap. So this one has 6 seconds to spare. So it seems like just a second faster than the other solution. But again, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you do finish with some time to spare. Alrighty, and then finally kaywhyn7. We got Mad Lemmings 3 lap skills. Yeah, this comes from a contest rule where, yeah, I asked players to make a low in the Lemmings 3 about lap tile set. And all skills provided need to be in the form of pickups. Yeah, because that's exactly how Lemmings 3 works. Yeah, a lot of the levels revolve you around going around low and picking up abilities. Okay, and here I have 3 solutions. Yeah, again, I will show all of them. So, 5 entrances here. So therefore, 2 lemmings from each entrance. Oh yeah, and also limited it to just 10 lemmings. Because I think that's how many you have per level in Lemmings 3 as well. It's either that or 20 lemmings. I don't remember now, but because I played the game for the very first time last year. But yeah, the idea here was just to like make a rule to imitate Lemmings 3 as close as possible, even though it's not really like entirely possible in New Lemmings. But yeah, did the best I could there. And yeah, all the pickups, yeah, all the skills, yeah, need to be the Classic 8 skills. Yeah, so it's another one of those rules where I ask players to just stick to Classic 8 only. Alright, so here we collect the climber pickup. Yeah, who we assign to this lemming here. Collects a builder pickup, and then this lemming will collect both a builder and a digger pickup. Okay, builder crosses this gap here. Yeah, because there's a trap waiting. Yeah, you don't. And then this climber at the top, yeah, needs to dig away this entire pole. So yeah, all entrances are contained except for this one. And I do have a version of this level in my Lemmings Memories pack, but without the pickups. Yeah, I'm only going to use pickups as a last resort for background fixing. So I have a no pickups version of this level in the Lemmings Memories. And the lemming count is also much higher too. Yeah, I believe it's like currently at 80. Oh yeah, and lock release right here. Yeah, that's the one criteria that I forgot to mention for the contest rule, where because you don't have the ability to adjust the release rate in Lemmings 3. Yeah, I also thought that the release rate should be locked. Yeah, for this contest rule as well. And also the one of the music that you need to have playing is one of the Biolab music tracks. Yeah, I believe there's 3 choices in one. So yeah, and they are all found in Lemmings, in Icho's Lemmings Reunion Pack. Yeah, and he attached all 3 music tracks. Yeah, so you just get to take your pick. And I believe we all ended up using the exact same one too, except for one person, I think, who submitted a low for this contest rule. But anyway, so yeah, here you will see here. This comes at such a time so that yeah, it gets low enough for the other to step on through. So I'm actually pretty amazed it works out pretty nicely with the 50 locked release rate and everything. Considering that, I think it would have been like the release rate to be at least 50, since in new formats Neo Lemmings, it's 50 release rate is the equivalent of 1, yeah, for DOS and old formats Neo Lemmings. But anyway, you have this now. Yeah, the others are perfectly contained as I mentioned. Okay, and then build here. Yeah, the lemming that slips on by is the climber himself. And yeah, pretty much all the gray you see here, yeah, all the gray is steel. Yeah, the destructible terrain is the green. So we collect 2 more pickups here, builder and the digger here as well. Then of course build over the gap, and you need to do this in such a way so that yeah, these others can go on through to the right here. And then yeah, dig away this pole here. Yeah, now these guys are free, and we'll join the others over here. And then we collect digger and a miner pickup. Okay, and then finally dig. And then once he's low enough, yeah, then we go ahead and mine. And this is done in such a way so that you can also release these guys trapped here. Yeah, there's an opening now. And you also need to place it in such a way so that he uses the builder staircase to keep on going. And then the result is that he makes the ceiling thin enough for these lemmings to step up through. Because yeah, there's a tiny gap here which they would not be able to get across. So yeah, you need to watch out for that. Yep, and that's it. So this is one of 3 solutions. Yeah, let me go ahead and show the second one. Yeah, the one that's labeled second solution. So everything is pretty much the same, save for I believe what I did here. Yeah, and if it's not here, then yeah, it should be over here. So yeah, build and then dig with this climber here. Yeah, and this once again is another one where I'm pretty surprised this one managed to be hard for others. Yeah, because honestly, I don't think it's that difficult. Yeah, at least compared to some of the other ones that I've made. Like, it's Crazy Sports Day. I consider that like the hardest one. Yeah, at the those that I made for the LDC. Yeah, at the 3 that I made for the LDC. So yeah, build once again with the lemming that is in the lead. And again, the climber is the one that makes it pass. Okay, yeah, so the difference is here. One difference is that instead of digging this pole away, yeah, it's also possible to dig the pole on the left instead. So if you do that, then these lemmings will go over the top here. Alrighty, and then same thing. Gonna go ahead and dig. And yeah. Pretty much this should not be a problem at all. Especially as these guys came at the right time, and the place where you stop the digger, yeah, it should be at the point where it shouldn't be spot height. Because, yeah, here for example, ooh, this was like a pixel away from being spot height, it appears. Yeah, it was like just 1 pixel. Yeah, and you can also place the builder staircase in such a way so that it creates a hole and they go out to the left. Again, it doesn't matter because yeah, whether or not this was not in the way, yeah, they would just go over the top, and then yeah, they wouldn't spot. And then yeah, this creates a hole for them. I mean, rather makes the ceiling thin enough for them to step on through. And this does not create a checkerboard hole. And I think even if it did, I don't think there was ever a problem with that. That they just come back and then fall through the hole here and into the bottomless pit. All right, and then finally, the other one is labeled second solution modified. I forget what the difference is here. But yeah, these are all the same. Okay, and then build. Climber gets on through again. Okay, and then build across the gap, of course. Yeah, dig away the pole. I think the only difference to the second solution is just simply digging the pole on the right again. So essentially the same as the first solution. And also, yeah, creating that checkerboard mechanics. There's a hole here, so they are able to walk out to the left. Yeah, no hole here either. So it's fine. So yeah, pretty much that's the only difference. Just taking the pole on the right instead, and also, well, that checkerboard mechanic, yeah, it was also in the second solution too. So yeah, I think the only difference was just digging the pole, which pole you dig on the far left here. But yes, those are the 3 solutions here. Yeah, just take your pick. But of course, the problem is being able to find a solution. Yeah, don't let the various pickups here like overwhelm you. Just keep trying, and then eventually you may succeed. Alrighty, so those were all of my lows, and so we move on to the final rank of mixed here, which I will start next time. And so, yeah, one more video to cover the remaining 7 levels, and then we are done. And so, as usual, because we have reached a new rank, we'll make a stop here. So tune in next time for the final video of my playthrough at the LOTY2025 contest levels. So with this, I hope you enjoyed this video where I show off the intended solutions to my levels that were part of the LOTY2025 contest collection pack. And I'll see you all next time for the final video.